like a little kid right here.
I know.
Wait. Okay, there we go. I'm a big kid now.
I rolled up and did
I
a
sent that
little-
list over to Dan.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, we're good. Susan.
Okay. And call to order this meeting of the Troy Community Land Bank on February 25th, 2026. First thing we'll do is the roll call. Jamie Mager, Brian Barker, Suzanne Spellin here, Andrew Cooper,
Here.
Tamara DiMartino,
Here.
Monica
Kuzieski here.
Kuzieski, I know, I
Oh, there's
just,
Ryan.
Kim Ash McPherson.
Here.
Let's see, Seamus Donnelly,
Here.
Brian Sano, Bob Connolly.
Here.
Great. And also our executive director, Bradley Lewis, Paul Donnelly.
Come over. I got one.
Let's see, our council, Michelle Marinello,
You good?
Katie Kemp. Did I leave anyone out?
I think Katie might not be coming.
Katie is not exactly just me.
Okay, hi, Brian.
Good morning.
And we have a guest in the midst.
Yes,
Hello, Jaden.
Jaden Cummings, he's our
Yay!
newly
Our
hired.
Welcome.
intern.
Oh,
Okay.
great, hi.
I'm really excited to start working with you, and I hope we're going
Oh, you will. Welcome, Jaden.
Welcome aboard.
Okay, did everybody get a chance to review the minutes for last month? Is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous. Okay, first thing is our financial report.
I'll take it away. There isn't a lot changed from last month. In terms of expenses that came in last month, it was just mostly payroll and that sort of thing. But we'll talk about the progress of the properties we're working on in that section of the agenda. But essentially, you've got your reports for your balance sheet, which are still the same. We're about a $1.5 million net equity for the organizations, hovering around $450,000 in cash. 330 of it, or 329 is sitting in the money market account. Got the reconciliation reports for the credit card, the money market, and the Pioneer checking account that we use all the time, and last month's credit card reconciliation report. Because it wasn't done until when the board meeting started. That being said, there's not a lot of unique things that happen, so I'm open to questions, I guess, but right now it's just the payroll is the biggest expense.
Oh, sure.
What was the $25,000 on the reconciliation?
Hmm?
The $25,000 flat
The transfer,
Oh, that was a transfer.
I think so. From the money market, should say at the top, Pioneer checking, either general money market.
I'm looking at it in the summary, where I don't see details, so it's listed somewhere else probably then.
It's the reserves, the reserve checking. The money market 0544.
Yeah, so 05544, it says at the bottom, there's a transfer of 25,000 on 1/8, is what you're asking? That's it. So that's a great question.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, I saw it on the summary and I was like, it just was unusual because it was a flat number, and I was like, yeah, what's up?
So the money market
cover
account
other
earns interest.
Yeah.
And so, it's pretty obvious at this point it occurs, but I'll say it just so it's clear. The money market earns interest. So when we're cutting checks to vendors that are reimbursable, I need to pull from the money market and then transfer it back when New York State or something happens where we get the money back, that we can then move it back in. So the 25,000 went out and back in. So that would probably be the last month and then this month. And so I think I pulled out 20 and 25 and then put 45 back in when the state
Yeah, I said
gave us the money back from the reimbursement they had.
In my world, we call it the AP holding account.
AP holding?
Holding. So it's a money market.
Well, what's the
account.
A? Oh, yeah, no,
Accounts payable.
AP. Oh, accounts payable, right?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah, okay,
something
fine.
that's earning interest, but it's money
Sure.
that's used to pay for your payroll.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It just somehow struck me. And so it's probably been that way every time. There's been something.
Yeah.
I only just
And-
noticed it.
And it doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend me if you ask, because honestly, like there should be an answer for everything.
Oh, yeah.
So I
No,
appreciate
that's
you
fine.
asking that because, like you said, it's 25,000 coming out of the money market. Why is it going out? But all those should be reconciled against transfers from the general checking, at least with the money market. And
Sure.
our process, according to our bylaws, is that our finance policy is that I tell either Monica or Jamie, which I just tell them both and the bookkeeper, that I'm doing the transfer, and then tell them when I'm doing it back. So
Yep.
they get emails when those transfers happen, and I do them. So
All right. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or questions about the financials? Okay, moving on to the executive director's report, the LBI Phase 2 update.
yeah. So I sort of put it under the umbrella of LBI Phase 2, but some of the things are ancillary to that. For our office at 415 River Street, I sent out an email notice to Noah that we were going to not need the space at 3-1 and we're prepared to terminate or just leave. And he said, okay, verbally. And so we're sort of seeing where that leads us, because he seems to be perfectly fine with that answer. But I didn't get anything in writing yet. So it's one of those.
Yeah.
We're moving out Friday, and we're moving into A71 on Friday, and we'll see how Noah responds. But he's got an official letter from me. I assume he's just going to say, okay. We're still on the hook for everything.
Right.
If he doesn't
Which is
say
fine,
okay.
and we all know that.
Yeah.
We all know that, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's in our financials.
It wasn't last week. A couple weeks ago, we conducted our audit with Bonadio, and we just need to schedule the meetings. So I think we're just going to have a finance before our next regular, and Bonadio will provide our end of the year audited financial statements ahead of that, and I'll send them all to you guys as soon as I have them. But we're like 91% complete, and 2 weeks ago was the biggest, funnest document dump. They have like a portal, you drag and drop everything. So, we got it all done, and we're just waiting for them to tell me what's next. We have the open house at 834 River Street tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Hopefully everyone can make it, and those who can't, sorry you can't. We're looking forward to potentially some large dignitaries coming, hopefully from HCR and the state, as well as our local officials. That event, again, begins at 5. We'll be there setting up and making sure everything's all right by 4 p.m. tomorrow. Food has been ordered. Jaden will get with you on this event a little bit once we catch up to
Yeah,
speed.
I think Jaden has something to do tomorrow, but
Okay, yeah,
you're more than welcome to come.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I have a prior commitment at school.
no worries. So that's where we are at 834. We've shown the apartments there on 7 different occasions. We've had just a few people show up. Keep in mind that this is February, and it is the absolute worst time. If anybody is in this business, it's very difficult to get people to move or even look at this point. But our goal is definitely to get it rented for April 1st if we can, all 3 of them if we can. So we're currently using Zillow as a marketing tool for that, and we're going from there. Any suggestions or any help is greatly appreciated from anyone.
I actually have a question about that. What's our pet policy?
Yeah, great question.
Because I often see, like on Facebook, people in our community groups that I'm in saying like, "Oh, looking for apartments, but I have a dog or cat," or and that's always and it's just recently maybe because like, wait, do we allow pets? And are we going to? Have we addressed that? And I'm curious.
So currently I turned it on as pets are okay, and
With a fee?
we can do that.
Yeah, I think we
With-
should do a fee.
definitely.
I mean,
Well,
there's
you'd have
some
to do a
risk
monthly
there.
rent.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I also-
You gotta do with a fee.
But
You
you-
know.
Yeah.
You also have to make sure that if the dogs and whatnot, they have up to date on shots and all that too.
And they're registered with the city clerk.
Yeah, and they have a city license, right? Yeah.
Yep. So
Well, that's good to know. I mean, because I've a couple times thought like, should I put a link in there to our stuff, and then I was like, wait, if it's a pet thing, I wasn't clear. So
Yeah.
An old number that I had from Redburn was 30 to 40% of Americans have pets.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So it's a big number.
And
everyone
and
we
a lot
are
of
friends with
renters,
has pets.
younger renters have pets.
Since 2020, everybody wanted a pet at home.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
also an insurance implication here when we talk
Yes.
about pets. And that may be something that we should ask our carrier about.
Sure.
All of
Some
our
of them are dogs are okay.
Like
up
where
to
there's
25
breed
pounds or whatever
restrictions on
the
some
case might be. So
companies. Yeah.
our insurance representative is also joining us tomorrow. So I think that's a good question we could pose to him to see if there's any reflection in the actual cost to us.
You can make them also get a rider on their insurance. We
which
do
is what we
like
require.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $100.
So our
Can-
policy includes it.
On the
Can we
rental
also make it that you meet the pet?
Oh yeah,
I think
that's
that's,
my favorite tool.
yeah, I think that's because
I give
people are
them
like,
my
oh
left
yeah,
hand,
you
not
know,
my
it's a
right.
35
Yeah.
pound
My right.
ball of fluff and it's, 85 pound
Yes.
Rottweiler or
Yeah.
something. It's like,
We make them list us
You know,
on
meet the
insurance too, right?
Is there-
Making an additional
I
insured.
think we can
so
do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
should.
think I get
So,
rental. We haven't had a renter yet.
Little dogs
That's
like
really
more
the
people than
biggest-
big dogs.
yeah.
On the renter's cost.
Oh,
yeah, so, because
Well,
otherwise
everybody
it
has
just
all
kind of
these
covers them.
rescues, you know,
Besides,
it's
pretty
like,
relay that liability to us. They
Yeah.
fix it,
Yeah, the
police
rescues
and
are tough.
fires.
I mean, well, that's all we ever have.
Yeah.
They're tough because you never know. You don't know what you're getting.
I've
They're
seen so
always
much
a little
changes.
Mhm.
Listen, I'm with you.
Brad, I'll talk to Katie about a pet rider for
Yeah.
the lease.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thanks for.
And we'll move to, we received the grant award for the LBI grant that I sent out to you guys, $1.925 million, which is
Yay.
Yeah.
great for us.
Awesome.
500,000 to go to a repair program that HDR is going to define later. They're still working on how they want to define it, similar to the facade program, but they want to, I think they want to be more in the mix on this one. 1.3 million, I believe, going towards fixing the three buildings, 836 River Street, 32 Glen, and 332 9th Street, and $90,000 for program delivery, which I should add, HDR's become very relaxed on the way program delivery is given to institutions. So in the past, you had to put it against a salary, but now if you just spend the money and you get the 5% back, we just get the money, whether there's a salary against it or not. So if we're efficient, the land bank is set to earn more than it expends doing the program. And then we have, I think it's $30,000 for the architectural fees and $5,000 to buy through 332 9th Street. We already bought it, so I wonder if we'll be able to use the 5,000 for something we already bought, or I have to use the last grant for the 5,000. Either way, they'll reimburse us. But that's what the $1.925 million that you'll vote on in the resolution.
Do you have any idea how long it'll take them to help set up some guidelines for the home repair program?
Crystal will be there tomorrow. We can ask her.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that's a good question. Because just the facade program has been. Right.
Yeah.
Well, this was 18-month timeline. on
This is an 18-month timeline.
So
Yeah.
the facade of us has been what, double
Well,
that?
but if you recall,
I mean,
if you
not the
recall,
same thing, but
everything-
just that things can run long.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you guys the timeline just for background. We received the LBI 2 in 2023. When I first started in mid 2024, I said, how can we use this grant? She goes, well, why don't you start with something small? So that was the reason we went with stabilization projects. We got all those done between 2024 and the beginning of 2025. And then we still had all this money that we needed to spend. So then by July, we got approved to do the larger projects, but it wasn't but a year ago that we changed, say, 834 River Street from for sale to now we're done with it, fixed it. So that's less than a year. We had
Yeah, that's
18 months for the whole thing. And it wasn't until last year in the summertime that the facade program was recognized as something we could actually do. So we've only been working on the facade program for 7 months, except for the part where we're identifying the people getting it. That was awarded by TAP through their process.
Yeah.
So we're able to do 18 months for sure, but and we haven't executed it yet. So the
Right.
clock
I mean,
hasn't
that hasn't
started.
started yet. Yeah. Well, that was my next question. I was like, wait, so
Yeah.
when does that actually, that clock start?
Well, it
So-
starts now, but
And that has no geographic restrictions, right? That's citywide.
Citywide.
I mean, we are citywide. HDR has to tell us our restrictions.
Okay.
Was the facade program meant to be something that was done annually or one time?
It was somebody's idea and the board moved forward with it
Oh.
back then. And
Gotcha.
you'd have to ask some
Yeah,
of the
it was one
older
time.
board members.
That my memory is it was one time.
Yeah, I didn't, I never understood it to be recurring.
Yeah.
And I
I
think it's
don't know
important
that
to
I would've-
remember the LDC just announced their facade, the 50/50. They reinvigorated that
Yep.
from a long time ago. So I think that knowing what your parameters are for that project plus whatever we have as far as home repairs go, I think that, making sure that those two organizations are, us and the LDC are chatting back and forth about projects and what you're funding and. what
Yeah,
we're-
we'd love that because we're trying to take a targeted approach with it too. Like, for example, we got a Main Street grant in the Second Ave area. So if you, apply for one of our facade grants through that, you're going to score a bit higher because we're just trying to target it and maximize and build upon existing funding sources. So.
Right.
Yeah, we can definitely keep that line.
How much was the
communications
grant
open,
for?
So we originally, it was $1 million of ARPA.
Okay.
And we got down where a lot of folks were applying. You could apply for a max of a $50,000 match. A lot of folks originally did go for the 50,000. Some ended up spending just, they didn't meet the 50,000 spend.
Sure.
Some it just fell apart. Some didn't follow the rules, so it left us with a pot of around 200-ish or so $1,000. So we started looking for feedback, and what we found were there was a much more need. People could handle the $5,000 to $10,000 match. The 50,000 match was becoming a heavier lift for folks. So we trimmed it down to the 5 or 10 to try to spread it around more.
Okay.
So, our hopes is to get about, any 20, 25 or so of those out the door.
That'd be
So,
awesome.
yeah. Also citywide, of course.
And so you guys will vote to allow me to execute the grant in a little bit in new business. We had a call with CrossMod. We're talking with the city about CrossMod, and I think right now we're just the city is establishing its basis for what they are owed for the vacant lots. Once we have that, then we can decide if the value is greater, then they might need to do an appraisal. If the value, like at the Haskell School, they might have had $500,000 demolition. I don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So the lot isn't worth what the city had into it, so it's a no-brainer. But some of them might not be a no-brainer. But our next steps with that is, obviously it's one of Jaden's first things that he's going to work on is getting those mapped out, those 13 projects mapped out on, and so we're just sort of waiting for Rick, and you schedule a proper review committee.
Yeah, so
Everything's moving forward.
Keep
It's
the ball rolling on our end while we kind of iron out that appraisal part of it. Yeah.
Is there a timeline on that CrossMod yet? No.
I mean, for us, the quicker we get the lots, or if we get the lots subdivided before we bring it or get the award from HCR,
Faster.
it'll move faster.
Okay.
So us doing our work ahead of time,
But HCR doesn't have a timeline yet,
no,
like a deadline.
no, they don't have a deadline. They want to see our sites and document it in pictures, and it's the first thing Jaden's going to work on. So just letting you know.
It does seem like they're good working with us, though, just from some of those phone calls. I mean, they're seem very interested in
They just want to see
Troy,
it mapped out and the pictures of the
Great
the
program.
street and how they're going to back the buildings into there, and so
Was it Schenectady that started?
they did one.
They did
One
one,
of three. Yep. It's called a pilot. So
Have we stayed close to, because they're a couple steps ahead of us, right? I mean, if they did one or no?
okay, so the first round was 3 pilot buildings, one in Newcomb, one in Syracuse, and one in Schenectady, so that people could come tour them, so they can get their head wrapped around what it was. And then the governor wants to put 200 of these out, and so they need 200 spaces amongst the whole state. So we're offering up 13. They want to do all 13.
I didn't know if there was a way to leverage lessons learned from anybody who's a step ahead of us, but it seems like it was just the pilot.
Yep.
Pilot's out there, then everybody is going to be on the same kind of timeline. Okay.
The biggest hurdle is, getting the lots subdivided. And so the biggest hurdle to that is getting either the city to do it or for us to acquire them. And so I think it's easier for us to acquire them and do a traditional route. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
So
the city's completely bought into it too. It's a great program. So, I mean, we're going to do whatever we have to do to see it forward on our end.
I'll move on to the internship. We interviewed 9 candidates. Jaden was selected. Jaden, I printed off your resume if you wanted to hand it out to people, and you can also talk about yourself if you'd like. I mean, I'm kind of putting you on the spot, so.
Gloat, Jaden.
Yeah, so, yeah, I can actually. Yeah, so I'm Jaden Cummings. I attend RPI, School of Architecture. I'm really excited to get it started. I have some background in sustainability, and I'm looking to, hone in on my skills and try and apply it to something purposeful, So I am really excited, and like I said, I'm looking forward to learning a lot from you guys. So.
What year are you, Jaden?
5th year, so I'm in my last
Great.
year.
Dean Douglas is still
Yeah.
there? Great. What's the big community project this year?
Well, right now I'm in my FP, my final project, so we're focusing on like how AI is going to shape architecture. But my 3rd year, I did a sustainability project in Albany, the Guild House. I don't know. Yeah. So I was able to be a part of that project, which is really nice. And then I've also done some small nonprofit work with my with an internship that I had in high school. So.
And are you local?
Yeah, I'm from Troy as well. Honestly, I should
nice.
start it off with that. Yeah.
Very
So,
good.
Troy, I
Troy
grad.
local,
All right.
Troy
Yeah,
high,
there we go.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to.
I'm
doing
trying to
something.
wrap the name, the Cummings, I know, I'm trying to wrap the name in
Oh,
there.
really?
What part of Troy?
South Troy, or I guess by Sacred Heart.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I play basketball and stuff. So yeah.
You're not related to Anasha?
I'm not sure.
Don't mind.
That was a little bit of a snarky comment.
Don't mind.
I thought it, Jimmy, but I wasn't going there.
I thought it too, Jay. I know. So, of course.
And she's not originally
Jaden, I'm
from here.
totally kidding.
No, it's all good. I don't even know who Nash is.
Do you want-
Good, good.
How many internships are you willing to take up? Come to the city.
He's gonna get you a job in planning.
Yeah.
Listen,
Whatever
So
you
what
want.
do you
You can
wanna do?
pick
What do you wanna
sustainability,
do?
engineering.
We got it first. Come on.
I mean, well, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I do know that I want to do something that's catered towards giving back to my community. So that's why I felt like here would be a great start for me.
Good for you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Sounds like we're lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thank you for taking it.
Love that, Troy. I grad. All right.
Yeah, I mean, there were some really great candidates, and obviously, Jaden's desire to give back was something that put him, leaps and bounds above everybody else. I mean, and I'm telling you, there were really great people. After 9 interviews, I was like, this is hard, but thank you for accepting, and look forward to moving forward with some of these projects.
Thank you for having me.
Paul, I'll let you take over the facade program in the 3 buildings.
Sure.
And but real quick, I think Kim has to go and
Yep.
Tamara has to go like in 3 minutes.
Yep.
So we can either move forward with our voting, or you can do your thing in 2 minutes.
Why don't we take care of these guys?
So we're gonna
Moving on
skip
to
to new business? Is
Yeah,
that-
we'll skip to new business
Okay.
and we'll go back to the project updates.
So resolution 26.4, authorizing the executive director of the Troy Community Land Bank to execute the Land Bank Initiative Grant Agreement with the Housing Trust Fund Corp.
I make a motion. Second.
Any discussion?
Congratulations.
Okay, taking it to a vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
All right. So
Gracias.
Facade program, we are still waiting on our contractor to install windows at 3 different locations. I don't particularly care that it's going to be a little while because of weather. Nobody wants to open up a window in their home, obviously, when it's 10 degrees. So the contractor claims that the windows are in his possession for all of the properties. And as soon as the weather breaks, he'll be right on that. On another item, briefly, we have to make some changes to the ramp at the sanctuary. It initially passed inspection, but in a further inspection, as asked for by the folks at the sanctuary, some items need to be addressed. So those will be addressed per the contractor and will be capped up. Again, we've got some weather behind us, so that is in motion.
can I speak to that real quick?
Please.
So initially, the architectural plans that the sanctuary has it go up to the left, forward,
Yeah.
and to the right to the front, and there was a small accessory door on the side. that it from the top view, it just shows the ramp going to the door, but it doesn't show you an elevation view. So the contractor has to meet the grade of the ADA ramp, and then he's gonna take whatever the door is that's not ADA compliant and go right to the ramp.
Correct.
And so he built it actually has to go down a little bit. He built the ramp down a little bit to the accessory door on the side.
To meet that door.
To meet the door, because it doesn't spell out a landing or anything like that. And it didn't occur to anybody, when he was building it, he just said, I'm building the ramp to the other door. And he did that. And then when they opened the door, it slightly rubbed, and he just, sanded down the deck, and then it sanded it a little bit because it only rubbed a little bit. And then it was basically like, it should have originally spelled out a landing, but it didn't in the architectural plans. So now the contractor needs to build a landing, but he's also asking for a request for information from the architect to specifically spell out the landing that's not included in the original architectural plans. So I'm not going to say he did it wrong, because he did exactly what from a
That was going
bird's
to be my
eye.
question. I was like, what's on the plan?
Right,
Yeah,
right. And it was
it's
just,
honestly, the plan is not detailed
Yeah,
enough to warrant, what actually occurred.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go from there. The contractor's great to work with, so we're not, giving him a hard time. He's not giving us a hard time, and he wants to continue to work with the land bank.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
that's it on facade. 834, as we mentioned, we do have a CO, for those of you who are not aware of that. There is a couple of small items that are being tuned up today. Very, very minor things, just picky things for me. One thing was, obviously, we need a rail on the front steps. That is being installed today. So that was the final item pending obtaining the CO. Moving on to 3346th Avenue. Bolton Construction is back in there, working hard. They obviously shut that down for a little while, for about 5 to 6 weeks, so they could finish up 834, get us online with that. And now their focus is 100% on 3346th Avenue. So I'll be updating everyone here regarding the progress at 3340. Moving on to 871, our new home. We have movers coming on Friday to move our furniture into the building.
What I thought, we have Jaden, what are we?
Do we have other
Get
duties
that
as
notice?
assigned
Touche.
clause? in
Don't you
this?
have a
The
couple friends?
last sentence in that job spec.
Yeah, usually it is, right?
He might be
It's
touching a
very
few boxes.
Well familiar with that one, yeah.
So tomorrow, at the site, I'm sorry, yeah,
we're cleaning tomorrow.
we're cleaning out tomorrow in preparation to move the furniture in. Also tomorrow, the countertops for all 3 units are going to be measured up and templated, and they should be ready within a couple of weeks. We don't need countertops in the office to function. We're just fine the way it is. The electrical is 96% capped up. We're awaiting a panel for our sprinkler system that has to be installed, and a few other little nitpicky items. But overall, we're going to be in there this weekend. So I encourage everyone to stop by if you can. If you see the lights on, wave, beep your horn, something like that.
Is it like a similar size as the trip office, or is it bigger?
Oh, wait,
Probably?
wait, wait. So there's
That
an
was
open
pretty
space
small,
that's
that
like,
trip right here.
an open space that's about this size, but then probably like 5-10 feet deeper.
Yeah.
And then 2 large offices with a bathroom,
Okay,
and
so
then a
that's a lot.
kitchenette
Handicap
over
accessible.
here,
That's a
and
lot
more
bigger,
windows. Yeah, it's like
Nice.
it's an old bar.
It
Yeah,
was McGrath's. It's
okay.
McGrath's Tavern, a million years ago.
So yeah, all the walls are painted.
The walls are all painted. I mean, the trim is all in. The doors, interior doors are in.
Cabinets are in.
Cabinets are
It's
hung.
just one of
Cabinets
those-
are painted.
Yeah.
And there's just a couple little items just to get to the finish line.
Mhm.
Once those countertops are installed, we will engage with the plumber to put his final fixtures into the building, and then we will call for a CO.
Mhm.
That's my update.
That's it. Any questions?
So we think our next meeting is there.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Will that be the new place? for
I
the
think
meetings?
so.
Okay.
Right. And, thank God for the chamber and the furniture. So
Yeah.
that was a huge, huge gift. The one thing that we do not have, but we did spec, was chairs for the conference room.
Mhm.
So we haven't pulled any triggers on that. We haven't discussed it. We should probably bring that up at some point.
Mhm.
We did look at a beautiful set of chairs up at, what's Turnkey, Office Solutions. 14, all in the same color. I forget what the quote was off the top of my head. Do you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Chairs are expensive.
They're not cheap. I think it was about $5,000 for the chair.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I was gonna say
I
like
think we-
200 a piece.
No. They were less than that. They were like, I think 3,500.
Less than 200.
I was thinking way higher.
No, they were like
I was
3,500.
thinking
total.
400,
14
maybe
chairs.
500,
I know.
or 800 for nice ones.
We are.
They're
we
very
are
nice
donatable,
chairs.
Just like
charitable.
You're doing the math over there.
I got some in my
They're
basement.
less than 200.
No, that's what I was.
What are you complaining?
Yeah, so,
Well, I'm only bringing it up because we're gonna have our next meeting.
That's normal.
We're gonna need chairs. Standing, it'll be a quick meeting.
Standing
Standing meeting?
Bring your own chair.
BYO.
To start.
Yeah, that was-
Absolutely.
We have
we'll
circle,
have everything
you know.
solved. That's an easy.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But we have fold-up chairs anyway, so don't worry. You'll have
Get a bunch
As
of
long as the heat is on,
Loungers.
that's, as long as the heat is on.
Heat's been on.
The heat is
6 months
on,
now
and the heat
almost.
works really well.
Wicked.
Okay, so any old business? We did the new business. Any other business? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting is
Oh, that's
adjourned.
fast. Great.